Little Nightmares 2 demo?
Yeah, I didn't watch that BS.
No, you didn't watch.
No, sounds like trash.
It's trash. How's it trash?
Let me watch it real quick.
Yeah, check the demo. It's interesting. I never played the game actually.
It's
I don't-
interesting to you. It's a good
Hmm?
chance I'm gonna watch it and be like, "Yo, this is garbage, bro."
What? What?
I'm telling you, it's a good chance I'm gonna watch it and be like, "Bro, why did you recommend it?" But I'm gonna give you a chance. I'm gonna give you a chance. Oh, this game. Wasn't this called Guilt? Or
Guilt?
am I bugging? Can you please take that Satanist imagery off of your face? Please, sir. Please.
What?
Please.
What do you like it?
We only like 15 episodes into the podcast. I'm not trying to get called the Illuminati and have the conspiracy theorists come out and have fun. Like, he's Illuminati. He's Illuminati. I'm not gonna lie, this looks boring, but I'm gonna give it a chance because it's the beginning. They're just walking around. Like whenever I watch a demo, I want to see what I'm gonna be doing for most of the game. I want to see most of the gameplay loop. If I see a demo and the first few minutes of the demo are just you walking around, 9 times out of 10, but like me, I know that like that's not gonna be the entire game. But if that's the first thing you show me, that tells me that just walking around and doing nothing is gonna be a major part of the demo. Oh shoot, is that Chester? They put my man Chester from Timmy Turner in a game. Hey,
What is that, Easter egg?
the guy with his bag over his head doesn't look like Chester's dad.
Wait, what? Chester? Let me see that.
Chester's dad from Timmy Turner. He always wears a bag over his head. That's what he looks like, bruh. He looks like Ed from Ed, Edd and Eddy put a paper bag over his head.
Oh yeah, that's what. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, this trailer looks pretty garbage, bro. I'm 6 minutes in the trailer and I saw a hand crawl across my screen. Get the fuck out of here. All right, let's start. That's probably just gonna be the start of the podcast, and then the intro is gonna hit right here. Let me open up the stream preview. That shit was garbage, B. That shit was garbage.
Oh my god.
6 minutes into the trailer and I saw a hand crawl across. 6 minutes into the trailer and all I saw was fuck out of here. That shit is garbage. So
everything's garbage.
We'll get back to that. No, everything isn't garbage. I have things that I like. So we'll get back to that topic a little bit later.
That's like 0.00001% that you like.
But it was trash. But first we're gonna start off with a couple funny topics. All right, so I'm a little bit sick, y'all. So sorry if I call.
Wait, give us a second before we start or something, because I'll be back.
All right. It was trash. First, I have 3 topics that are a little bit on the comedic side. All right, so and this one is so Twitter is I believe now they're testing it. If not, they're testing it soon, as of the recording of this, which is Wednesday, October 28th. Wait. Yeah, Wednesday, October 28th, 2020. I think they're, if not testing it, getting ready to test it. Basically, they're gonna be adding voice DMs to Twitter. So you know how like on like when you call somebody, you could leave a voicemail. Imagine that, but if it's in your DMs on Twitter.
DMs? What?
Like you can leave a voice DM. Like you can leave a voice note in somebody's DMs on Twitter. That's the feature that they're testing.
Interesting.
Now, what are your thoughts about this? Because I have a lot of thoughts about this one.
Wait, so what's so significant about it? What's so like?
What's significant about it? This is a new feature. All right, so obviously you want me to go first.
Yeah.
The reason why I don't like this idea is because when they implemented it over Instagram, a lot of toxicity came of it, and Instagram tried their best to fix it while leaving it in, and they still have trouble with it. Like people, because imagine this, people could just go to your DMs and send you a voice note of all kinds of, calling you all kinds of slurs and things like that, things of that nature. It just makes it easier for like people to do and say bad things. So like I said, for example, let's say a female sex worker who's on Twitter, if you can send her voice DMs, now people can leave her voice DMs harassing her, like, oh, you whore, you this, you that, and things like that, things of that nature, and calling her all kinds of names. And it's like, I don't really like the idea of them making it even easier.
So basically, sometimes a bunch of a-hole strangers will just like talk shit up you, like
that's mostly what they use it for. And then the thing about it is, it's in your DMs, so only you can see it. So it's only out there if you share it and things like that. Like the idea overall in general, like I know they're only testing it to see, does this feature work? Does this feature not work? But in terms of the backlash that's gonna happen because of that feature, I don't like it, Chief. I don't like it.
So basically, besides tweeting about shit, and they're gonna try do like using the DM. Like,
yeah, it's just another way to harass people. Really, that's what it's gonna end up being, because that's what happened on Instagram. And Twitter is 100 more times toxic than Instagram. That's why I love Twitter.
You just say cancel.
Cancel. Now
we can talk to you.
Did you look up anything about the Amazon Ring?
Amazon Ring, is that like okay, let me say no, I never seen the Amazon Ring. It's like actual ring, like
so you know the Ring doorbell, like the one with a camera on it, one of those, but it's sent to you by Amazon. No, you've seen a Ring doorbell before?
No.
Yeah, it's literally just one of those, but now it's owned by Amazon. And the idea of it is, instead of it just being on your door, it's a drone that flies around your house.
Interesting.
So instead of every time somebody rings the doorbell, the camera sees them, it's just a drone flying around your house in circles. Excuse me. Let me point this out. This is Big Brother technology. Do not fall for it, bro. Think about it. Nah, Caesar, think about it. A security drone that flies around your house. If you understand the concept of Big Brother technology, that's a huge red flag. Like, wait, whoa, it does what?
What does it do?
That's what it does. It's a security drone, and it flies around your house and watches your house. That's exactly what it does.
Where's all this information and database going to?
That's the point. That's why I'm saying it sounds like Big Brother technology, because Amazon owns it. So you telling me Amazon is sending me this drone that's flying around my house? What? Now I'm in the bathroom taking a doo-doo. The drone could come to my window, say, oh, he's using a bathroom and he only has 1 roll left. Let's just automatically ship him 2 more rolls of toilet tissue. Like, that's not one of the features, just to be clear. But I'm just saying, like, imagine a world where it's like that. I don't feel comfortable with that idea. Like, that's an extreme, but still, the type of things you could do with that type of technology, that's just not a comfortable idea. So, like, what are your thoughts about having a drone flying around your house, watching you at all hours of the day?
Well, is it gonna be in the house or outside, or just
outside? It's a drone, but it flies around your house.
Well, I don't know, this whole technology thing, and this is not quite, particularly Amazon. Even though they had a deal with the CIA and all this stuff. So
wait, they had a deal with the CIA?
Yeah. Contract or something, yeah. Let me see. LA Times.
That's too funny.
CIA plans to spend billions on cloud computing with multiple tech giants, and
Amazon was one of them.
Yeah.
So that means off rip they at least contracted Amazon, Apple, and Microsoft.
Yeah, something like
Because a lot. Well, Amazon, Microsoft. Huh?
Yeah. Let me see. The CIA is preparing to significantly increase its reliance on cloud computing services, with plans to solicit tens of thousands of billions of dollars, divided among multiple tech companies. And the program also helped dramatically expand federal market for the technology and give a chance for other companies to compete with Amazon Inc. But I know they have some kind of contract deal. So Amazon already has a $600 million contract with this CIA.
So you know what this sounds like? This sounds like you said, they're using their they're basically trying to split up where they put their information. So instead of having all their information in their own cloud, let's say, for example, Amazon cloud will be for like market and Microsoft cloud will be for like military stuff. Like, well, actually that sounds about right, but still, point is like they're splitting up, like whichever one can be used for a different specialty for keeping a different type of information. Sounds like that's a good idea. Now again, well, not again, but now, I don't work in the CIA, I don't work in the government. That's just what I'm thinking of from what you're explaining to me. That's what it sounds like.
And why?
Because a lot of people, because like like out of the four tech giants, Apple has the most secure cloud service. Amazon, like overall in general, I don't know theirs, but I know Google, they have the largest. Apple has the most secure. Microsoft is the most easiest to access, and Amazon, theirs is just cryptic. And I know like theirs is pretty good. Like I've heard very good things about it from people who work in that field talking about Amazon. I mean, not from people who work at Amazon, but people, like I said, people who work in that field, they know more about it than me. Like I always hear good things about Amazon's computing service in terms of like how it is and accessing it from like, not from like a regular person level, but from like a cybersecurity level and things like that. They're like, hey, it's secure enough.
Yeah, secure, but that's the point. The point is, where's the whole this database on the cameras?
Yeah, like you said, where's this information going? That's the main concern. And that's what I was saying too. Like, is this information going to Amazon? Okay, if it's, let's say hypothetically it's going to Amazon, what is you going to do with my information? Like I said, the example where I'm sitting in the bathroom, you see me on the toilet, he needs toilet paper now, stat. Or you see me in the morning putting on deodorant, hey, the deodorant stick looks low, send him some degree, send him a shipment of degree. Or like, are they gonna use that data to recommend me stuff better? Like maybe they see me in my room and they see me look at a post of Transformers on Instagram, and it's like, all right, let's recommend him all 4 Transformers movies right now, let's go. Like, what are they using this information for?
How to build an AI, the algorithm, like, and what? But you know, I don't know very too much about this stuff. But you know, but the question is, you know, what were you talking about? Where is it going to database?
And like I said, not only where, but what. Yeah,
for what? For what purpose? You know, is it for marketing services?
Yeah.
You know,
it's a lot of questions that go with that. I agree.
Yeah.
Also, can we just know how this nigga's over here combing his beard?
What? I have a beard, man.
Trying to look swaggy for the podcast. I see you.
My beard gets crazy. It gets messy. That's why I need.
I didn't knock you for doing it. I'm just saying, let's know that he's over here combing his beard. Talk about cybersecurity, looking like a damn Marvel villain.
Whatever.
I laugh like I'm dying because I am. Anyway, on to the next topic.
Golden dies to 2020. How? By laughing.
Have you heard of the Amazon Luna?
No. What is that?
All right, so this is the shortest way I can explain it, because like I've seen like the architecture and the layout, and it looks barren. And when I seen that, I was kind of like, yeah, this is gonna fail. But basically, it's the same, literally the exact same thing as Google Stadia, but with Amazon's name on it. My question is, like, I'm not even gonna talk about like the more technical stuff, like how the OS looks and things like that. But like the main question I have is, all right, so when Google did it, it didn't work. What's gonna make it work when you do it? Not saying that it can't work when you do it, because you're a different company, you can have a different approach and a different outlook. My question is, we seen Google do it, and Google did it terribly. What makes you different from Google? That's the main question I want to ask. What is gonna make me say, yo, Google Stadia trash, but Amazon Luna though? Like, another thing that they're doing, going down the same path as Google Stadia, is there's no marketing for it. Market it.
For Google Stadia?
Google Stadia and Amazon Luna. Well, Amazon Luna, I heard, is still in like the beta stages. It's still in testing, but still.
So Ars Technica. Amazon Luna is live and is already out streaming Google Stadia. So 50 games, like almost $6 a month, met by a clean interface and solid gameplay. So
I would disagree with the clean interface part, because to me it don't look right. But keep going.
So roughly a month, Amazon ended over a year of speculation announcing the upcoming launch of Amazon Luna, its own dedicated gaming in-cloud service. At the time, Amazon suggested that Luna would launch next month in form of a limited public beta, meant to reach tiny subset of interested users before a wider launch at an unspecified date. So I don't know, probably get suffer because
So like I said, it's still in beta, and I just took another look at the interface to see if I was bugging. I still don't like it. Like, I can understand why people may say clean because it's very minimalistic, but minimalistic doesn't mean clean to me. Clean means organized and so easy to understand. I could take somebody's great-great-grandfather and say, hey, do you understand this? And they should be able to say yes. Like, to me, that's what clean means, but that's more on the topic of UI design, and we're going to get to that a little bit more later when we get to PS5. So, like I said, so you said it's out streaming Google Stadia.
One article I'm reading, but it could be like, no.
Yeah, it could be. Oh shoot! I kicked my camera down. Hold on.
Oh, can I say something or no?
It could. Nah, you can say something. I just gotta reset my camera.
One article should say no, it's failing, man. You know, it's nothing different. You know, I don't know, but I never heard about this, but I don't know why. No.
Yeah, like I said, my main question is if Google, and I don't know like if this is still true, but last time I checked, Google had more like funding and things like that to be, and better technology to make something like this work. Now I could be wrong, but from what I know, Google has more resources to do this a bit better. Like I said, if Google can do it and fail, why are you different? You're the competitor with less money and less resources. What's gonna make it succeed with you and fail with Google? Google of all people.
Google Plus.
Well, Google Plus was a dead platform that nobody used. That's kind of different. Like, that was a waste of resources, so that was really just downsizing on their end. So, any other final like closing thoughts on this subject?
Well, I'm not quite sure. I hope it's like it's better than Google. I didn't check the Amazon Luna. I don't know what it is, but you know, Google Stadia, in my opinion, how I played it, it was good. It wasn't. I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. Like,
all right. So you would recommend it? Me personally, I wouldn't recommend Google Stadia, especially for multiplayer games. Because have you played any multiplayer games on Google Stadia?
No.
All right. So let me break it down to you like this. Basically, multiplayer games on Google Stadia are terrible because they're not cross-play. Like, if you're playing on Google Stadia, you're only playing with other people on Google Stadia. And there's not that many people on Google Stadia. So whenever you play online, you're playing like the same people over and over. And there's barely anybody playing. So yeah, the online, it's not like laggy or whatnot from what I heard. But like, there's nobody there. You coming right back?
Yeah, give me a second.
Alright, cool. More editing. Love that. Let's get to talking about Big Brother technology and talk about Big Brother technology, the game. Cyberpunk 2077. The original release date, yet again, was November 17th, because I remember it comes out after the PlayStation, what do you call it? The PlayStation 5. Also, by the way, I don't know if it's still this price, but I got it on Amazon. Like, I pre-ordered it on Amazon for $40, versus if I would have had pre-ordered it on console, it would have been like 50, 60. Just putting that out there. I don't know if it's still that, but when I got it, hey, maybe somebody who wants the game could pre-order it for cheap, for less than when it comes out. Because when that game comes out, unless you playing on PC, that's going to be a real easy game to find in stores, if it's even in stores, if they're even open. But it got pushed back yet again from November 17th to sometime in December. They pushed the game back again.
Wait, what?
Cyberpunk. Yeah. They pushed it back another month, basically. So we was 20 days away. We're basically a month away, and they pushed it a month further. So now instead of it being a little over 2 weeks away, now it's a month and a half away, basically.
Marketing reasons.
No, not marketing. Like I didn't check on why they pushed it back, because it happened yesterday.
You got a lot of things happening. You got like Black Friday, Christmas.
True. Mm-hmm. This game was supposed to come out 2 years ago. Did I mention that? This game was supposed to come out in 2018. It's 2020, almost 2021, and the game still ain't come out.
Are you sure? Because I heard about this.
Cyberpunk was supposed to release in 2018. Probably 2017.
Earlier than that, man.
Well, before 2017?
Yeah, way before.
When I started keeping track with it was around 2018. Around 2018, that's when I started waiting for man, I can't wait for this game to come out. And then it keeps getting pushed back. They keep pulling a Kingdom Hearts 3. Release the game, bro. Release it.
Yeah, let me see. Older trailer, man. Older trailer.
Like I said, you can probably find stuff before
2013.
It was supposed to release in 2013.
Somewhere there, but the trailer for it was on 2013.
Oh, that's just a trailer though, because that's mid-production. Well, they're still technically mid-production, but still, because up until they release the actual game, even with alphas and stuff like that, it's considered mid-production. So, yeah, why? I don't know why they pushed it back again, but they did push it back. I just wanted to inform anybody else who pre-ordered Cyberpunk.
Because I'm looking at the date, so 2013, and the logo of it is still the same. So
yeah.
But it's been going on for a while. The trailer's been going on, but I can't believe that they pushed it forward. I don't know.
Hey. Also, another quick topic. Let me say this real nice, real loud, real clear. Let me turn my mic all the way up. Are you listening? Oh
boy, what is it?
No, you're not ready for it yet. I'm gonna give you a second. I'm gonna let you wait. I'm gonna give you a second.
Okay, actually give me
Minecraft Steven Smash! Woo! They said it would never happen. They said it's impossible. They said Microsoft's a competitor. They said we already got a Microsoft rep. I can pick up my copy of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for Nintendo Switch and show you the game right now. Steven's in Smash. What? Yes. Hey, yo, let me ask you this.
Wait, what?
I wonder if Notch was sitting there 10 years ago looking at Super Smash Bros. Brawl release and being played wow. And 2 games later in this series, I'm going to have my character in this game that I've created. And it's going to be the best-selling game of all time. Higher selling than Mario. Yo, that is crazy. Steve is in Smash and I love his moveset. Oh, man. Boom. His moveset is just incredibly creative. It's...
Was it called Planting Creepers?
No, but a creeper is one of the Mii Fighter costumes. So I'm gonna give, because he doesn't play Smash at all on any level, so he doesn't know much about Smash. Also, I just realized you move your TV and put a turtle tank up there. But anyway, his moveset, the thing I appreciate about his moveset, to keep it quick and brief, to give a little quick review of how I feel about Minecraft Steve / Alex / Enderman, well / zombie / Enderman, is I like the character. I like the main thing I like about this character is how it's not just another freaking zoner, because like Ultimate is so polluted with characters who are zoners. It's just disgusting at times. Even though I mean Banjo, one of the most disgusting zoners in the game, but we're not going to talk about that because that's my main boo. Pause, not like that. Still, Banjo. Oh God, I'm dying. Like Steve, what I appreciate is that like he's a trap character, and what I noticed with the DLC packs is that they try to diversify the fighters and the characters a bit and like give you different styles of gameplay. So for like Joker, his gameplay revolves a lot around spacing and camping for Arsene, basically. Well, not camping for Arsene. It's supposed to be like whenever you get Arsene, you just get Arsene, whatever. But like the way people play it is they basically like chill out and camp for Arsene. When they get Arsene, all hell rains loose, because Arsene is a character by himself, but that's another conversation. Then with Hero, his gameplay is revolved around RNG. Basically you press buttons until character dies at 20%, other character dies at 20%. Who's after Hero? No, Banjo, one of the most disgusting zoners in the game, and the only zoner in the Fighter Pass besides Min Min, technically. But he's in Fighters Pass 1.
Matthew been crying about that for years.
What,
for
Steve?
months.
No, he's been crying about Gino. Get it right.
Whatever. He's gonna complain about either you were complaining about or him. I still think him.
No, probably him. Because I was like, if Steve gets in the Smash, cool. If he don't, cool. Because at minimum, I wanted a Wii Fighter costume. No, Matthew probably don't care.
Yeah.
Until Gino get in the Smash and he nuts all over his keyboard, but that's... But, what was I saying? Terry, he's kind of like combo heavy, and Byleth is another character who is another Fire Emblem character. Like, that's her role in Smash. Yet another Fire Emblem character. Min Min is Fighter Pass's 2 zoner character, and Steve is like one of the like 6 trap characters out of 80 in this game. Because like the only other trap character I could think of off the top of my head is Duck Hunt Dog, and really like you can classify him as a zoner if you wanted to as well. So that one is kind of debatable. Point is, Steve is like purely a trap character. Like, yeah, he has minecart, but he doesn't really have any other strong zoning tools other than like basic fundamental spacing with his diamond sword, which like with his spacing is not really nothing incredible like Marth or Crom or anything like that. Like, it's I'm gonna hit them, I'm not gonna hit them. He doesn't have a tipper, so you don't really have to worry about spacing that much. You just worry about, am I hitting them or am I not? Well, except for pickaxe forward air, but whatever. That's the only thing that has a tipper in his entire moveset. Huh?
What's his move, Steve? Talking about the like, what is his move going to be?
What do you mean? What is his move? Like what is his role in the meta?
Yeah, I think I don't.
Yeah, that's what I said. He's a trap character. Like, you have to carefully plan out what you're doing before you do it with this character. Like, you can't just go in and say, hey, here's my controller. Here's me pressing buttons and winning. Like, no, with Steve, he's a character where you're gonna have to like mid-match. You're gonna have to go, okay, let me do this so that when he does this, this is gonna happen and I'm gonna get a kill. Like, you have to think ahead while you're in the moment with Steve. He's not a character you just play. He's a character you have to plan mid-match, just to be clear. You can plan pre-match, but I'm pretty sure it ain't gonna go well unless they're extremely predictable. But that's with any character. But with Steve in particular, like, he has a lot of really nutty things and glitches because they had to literally recode every stage in the game just so that it'll work with his his aerial neutral B, because he has 3 neutral Bs, which is the most in the series, I believe.
I see it. It's like it's like the moves from Minecraft. So
yeah, basically what they're gonna use the moves from Sonic.
Oh, not Sonic.
But yeah, but like I like the idea and design of his character so far. It's pretty cool to me. I like it. Like I said, I feel like his role in the meta is gonna be like he's mainable, but nah, I feel like you could main him, but he's like a DeBuzz, Rosalina and Luma type character. Oh, that's another trap character. He's like a Rosalina and Luma type of character. Like he's gonna find his place in the meta. He's not gonna find his place in the meta very quickly, but when it gets found, when that top Steve player arises, you're gonna notice them, and their name is gonna be like stuck there for a while, because you gotta really be big brained to play this character. But that's enough about Steve. Sadly, I don't want to take up a lot of time talking about my hero. Let's talk about another game that was supposed to get a part 2 in relation to Minecraft 2. Among Us takes over Fall Guys by storm. Last month's thumbnail. Wait, no, that was the month before that. Still, last month Fall Guys, even though like it went back to not free, was pretty popular. Now going into this month, Fall Guys doesn't have nearly as much viewership as it has previously had, because for some reason Among Us of all games has taken it over, which is surprising to me because Among Us and Fall Guys are completely different, like on every level. So I'm gonna let you like say your thoughts on why do you think Among Us took over Fall Guys, because Among Us was out for about 2 years, by the way, before it got popular. But go ahead, Susie.
Well, one, I've never actually seen the video of it. I was like curious. I was curious, like, why this game get so popular? Is this new or something? But I was like,
you want to know why it got popular?
Nope.
I'm gonna tell you anyway, because we're filming a podcast. Haha, make sure you go to youtube.com/Captain Slander, even though you can't actually put that in yet. Whatever. But basically the reason why it got popular is because to play this game, it's a game best played when you have friends, like when you have a group of people, like 10 or so people. So what Twitch streamers would do is they would play with other Twitch streamers. So like if one popular Twitch streamer is playing with 5 other popular Twitch streamers, a lot of people are going to see that game, and it's going to get like exposure and notice. And like basically me, if I'm a popular streamer playing a game, a lot of people are going to see it. But if it's a multiplayer game that popular streamer A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and they have thousands of people in each of their chats, that's a lot of people seeing this one game. And then they're hearing other voices. So on top of the fact that it's basically giving everybody who's playing the game free promotion, the game is getting even more free promotion. Because let's say it's 1,000 people and let's say it's a game of 10 people, because that's around like a safe number of people. It's about 10 people playing this game, sitting in a lobby. That's 10 different that's 10 different streams with 1,000 people. That's 10,000 people watching your game right now. And then that's just this party of 10 people. That's not popular streamer number A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. That's not popular streamer M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. No, that's not them. That's just the 10,000 from the first 10 streamers I mentioned. So yeah, that's why this game is popping, because a lot of popular people played it with other popular people and got free promotion for themselves, cross promotion for themselves and the game. So that's why it overtook Fall Guys. Because Fall Guys, even if you were to do that, it'd only be with like 2 or 3 other people. With Among Us, the number was 10. So 10 other popping people playing one game? What?
Wait, what's the purpose of the game?
Alright, so basically it's a sci-fi mystery. So it's a bunch of people are crewmates, and let's say in a game of 10 people, 2 of them are imposters, and everybody else, what is that, 8? Yeah, 2 of you are imposters, 8 of you are crewmates. Crewmates just walk around and do different tasks, and their job is to complete every task before the killers kill them. But they can also vote people off of the ship. Let's say you, me, and just for reference, let's say you, me, Rick Fee, Matthew, Keish and who else? Jackie. Let's say all of us were playing, right? Let's say me and you were the imposters. What Blue M and all of their jobs is to do is to figure out, hey, Weldon is the killer. We have to throw him off of the ship, or complete all their tasks before me and you kill everybody on the ship, or kill enough people to win. That's the basic premise of the game. So it's a sci-fi mystery game that multiple people can play. So like I said, multiple streams. And during the parts where you vote people off, it gets pretty intense. So there's a lot of screaming and yelling. I don't know if you know this, but when playing video games, screaming equals fun in the minds of the public. I didn't make the rules. I'm just telling you what they are.
So this is like multiplayer. It's not like a single player game.
Yeah.
That's what's interesting. Interesting.
And it's a multiplayer of like 10 people. That's the important part.
Mm.
Like if it was just 5 people, then it wouldn't be the same. But 10?
So most of you have to figure out who's the imposter, and before that type of person like try to kill all of you.
That's basically what it is. I forgot what game it was loosely based off of. It's like Sniper Party or something like that, but it's loosely based off of that game. But for those of you who understand Fall Guys, quick report / announcement. They announced that they're trying to basically buff being a ghost and make being a ghost not so boring. So you know, this season I'm talking to the people who know how to play the game. So go over there for me, sir. So basically what they're doing, that's going to look funny in editing. Basically what they're doing is making it so that whenever you're a ghost, well, this is just what they plan from what they've announced, that they're going to make it so that when you're a ghost, you could block 1 kill. So that gives like the trade-off of, do I keep going around and doing my tasks, or do I follow the killer and block 1 kill? And when you block a kill, the person who the killer tried to kill, they won't know anything happened. They'll just know that all they'll see is somebody walking up while they're doing the task, and that's about it. So like you can block 1 kill, and that's what they also did mention a few other ideas, like for example, coming back to life, but that they said that they couldn't figure out a way to properly balance that, and that seems like it could be kind of broken, which I applaud the balance team for being a fucking balanced team. God damn. But yeah. So they're trying to buff being a ghost and make it less boring, because like the idea of I died first in the game, now I just gotta be bored and listen to people scream and shout and have fun, because like I said, in the minds of the public, is fun. Anyway,
it was great. Mother, how dare you?
How dare you? No, so and so is the killer. Hey, you kind of sus. What you mean he kind of sus? We didn't even vent or kill yet. Get him out of here. Anyway, now on to games that actually do have a part 2, unlike Among Us.
Experience with our community in the months ahead.
Okay. I see that. Interesting. It's very different. And that's what I'm gonna say. It is very different from the UI system for the PS4.
Alright. So like, what are your thoughts about it? Because I don't think I released my video about it on my channel, Captain Sander. That's Captain Sander with a Q, QAPTAINSLANDER on YouTube.com. Again, that is Captain Sander, QAPTAINSLANDER on YouTube.com. I don't think I released my my what do you call it? My reaction to the video yet. Actually, no, I didn't. My reaction to the video yet, but my overall reaction is like, cause what somebody pointed out to me in their podcast is that the next generation, because like in terms of like having the best technology and things like that, we're kind of pretty much at the end point to where it's like okay, like going up in terms of like graphics and better frame rates and stuff like that, it's kind of pointless because we're at the point where we're so high, like you can't notice the difference once you go past 4 to 8K, it's really hard to notice the difference unless like you have a large screen or something like that. So like after a certain point, like graphics and technology and things like that, it's at the highest point it can be. Like it's at a point to where it's like we can't go up from here anymore. So what else do we do? So what they mentioned, which the name of that person I'm referring to is the Black Hokage with his podcast Hokage Thoughts. You should check it out. It's a pretty good podcast. But basically what he was talking about was how the next generation of gaming is gonna go more into like socials of gaming, because like in like 2013, whenever the 2013 when the PS4 and Xbox One X came out, it wasn't really cool to be a gamer like how it is today. Like in 2013, you'd get called the nerd and all other types of names if you were to play a game. Nowadays, people who never picked up a controller in their life are playing Fall Guys, which is good. And I don't want it to sound like I have any animosity. I'm just stating the facts. Are now playing games like Fall Guys and Among Us, which are very, very casual games designed to get that market, which the Wii is also like has a major effect in, like is a major reason why that market is popular. Anyway,
so social, like people interact with each other, multiplayer.
Yeah, like people interact. No, not in terms of multiplayer. In terms of communicating with people, like they're trying to make it.
Streaming? Yeah, that'll be the.
Well, streaming as well, but just like streaming included, like just reaching out to more people and talking to more people about games. Because like I said, in 2013, if you were a gamer, it was still like, oh, so you're one of those weirdos that lives in your mom's basement, right? Now it's like everybody plays games. Like grandma and grandpa play old games. Grandma and grandpa play games. I play games. My little 3-year-old brother, well, I don't have any brothers, thank God, but still, my 3-year-old brother, he plays games. Now it's like a everybody thing. It's not just a thing those few people in the corner do. Now it's something like everybody around the corner does it. You know, so like the next generation, like you said, streaming, making party chats easier to access and things of that nature, just in general making it way, way easier to communicate with people who also like games and talk to people who also like games. Because now in this generation, it's more profitable to think about things like that, with Twitch becoming as big as it is now, to the point to where it's owned by Amazon, and then Google Stadia with their YouTube streaming integration. Like if somebody, because like part of the plan with Google Stadia is, let's say I'm playing Street Fighter 5 on Google Stadia, right? And somebody in my audience wanted to play as well. Basically, they could click the icon on Google Stadia, not on Google Stadia, on YouTube, and it would take them to Stadia, and they connect their controller or whatever, and now we can play the game together, and it's just that seamless and easy. Now, the problems with how that would be integrated are a completely different topic, but point is, that's the idea, like how easy it should be to connect to other people gaming. And I don't know if you saw this, but now they also have a basically, you know, like how like all the features Discord had in like 2010. That's basically what they're adding to the PS5. They're basically integrating Discord to the PS5 without like straight up just saying, hey, you can now access Discord on PlayStation. That's basically what they did. So like, even for example, you know how like on Discord, right? If I'm playing a game and I'm in a voice chat, I can stream the game to my voice chat, and like everybody in the voice chat can see whatever game I'm playing and what I'm doing in the game. Now they added a feature like that to where when I'm playing on PlayStation, like I can have a little picture-in-picture mode bubble on the screen so that I can see whatever so-and-so is doing in the game and how they're playing the game, and say like, hey, no, go this way and do that. Let's say I beat the game and I'm giving them tips, but at the same time I want to play whatever game I'm playing. Or let's say the game I'm playing has a lot of down moments. let's say Warzone 2K, while I'm playing that, I could look and say, oh, at this part you're supposed to do such and such and such and such, and just help them out with the game and things like that. Or if I just want to see their gameplay while I'm playing my game or doing something else, it's
So
Think about
basically,
yeah.
the new phase of gaming will be interaction.
Yeah, it'll be more like interaction based, basically. So like, my thing with it is like the screen sharing one specifically. My thing about that is how do I put this? Like, how particular is it gonna be? So like, for example, you remember how like on a PlayStation 3, for example, like you had the HDCP protection. So if you wanted to record games off of a PlayStation 3, you had to get an HDMI splitter.
Yeah.
Basic. And then with the PlayStation 4, what they did is, okay, they said, okay, cool, now you can turn the feature on and off. But when you like turn it off, like when you turn the HDCP protection off, you can't go into certain apps like Netflix and YouTube, for example, so that people don't record pirated stuff. My question is it going to be the same thing? Probably yes. Is it going to be the same thing like that? Or is it going to be like, yeah, you can watch Netflix in a picture-in-picture, and now people could have anime night while they're playing, let's say, Fortnite or something like that. Somebody goes on Netflix and puts on an anime on their PlayStation, and everybody else in the party plays Fortnite or whatever like that. Like, if they allow that, that'd be pretty crazy. If they don't, it's understandable. Because at the end of the day, like, people are going to record bootlegs anyway, but legally PlayStation is trying to make it so that they're not the place that people go, hey, I feel like recording this series for bootleg. Let me go here and do that. And another thing that I want to stress. Oh, wait, go ahead.
You're talking about that. No, never mind.
No, How do
you bootleg?
No, I was about to talk more about and by the way, for those of you who are watching this, the release date for the PlayStation 5 is November 12th. That's what? 12, 13, 14 days away. PlayStation 5, the next generation of gaming greatness, is 15 days away. That's crazy. But anyway, like, another thing is like the home screen and like the design of the interface and things like that. I like it. It's very nice, clean, simple. It's not too cluttered. I don't look at the menu and go, okay, how do I get to my game? Okay, so first I gotta put in the Konami code, then I gotta hack into Microsoft and then give myself a blood sacrifice to the gamer gods. It's like, nah, just float over the game and press X. It's not that hard to like start up games. And then like the cards thing, the thing where you could go into games and like see the cards and stuff like that, I think that's a pretty interesting feature. But I don't think it's gonna be implemented well. Besides, like, because like here's the thing about every time PlayStation adds some crazy new features, like the touchpad on a PlayStation 4 controller, for example. A lot of people were praying and hoping and wishing upon the moon and the stars that when it came time for the PlayStation 5, that and the light on the back of the controller would get removed because it kills the battery. It's like,
what?
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like the PlayStation 5 controller light on the back because like it kills the battery faster. And
yeah, you can, like, change the light, you can dim it. Like
yeah, that's what I always used to say. Like,
you could
just go on the PlayStation and dim it. And even if you don't like go on the PlayStation, you can like there's a way to press the home and the share buttons a certain way and dim it like that. So
people still just don't know that.
You'll be surprised.
Wow.
So, there's a lot of people where if you don't put it directly in their face, they'll never see it.
Yeah, like this the last time, because I was having trouble with that because it was bright, because the light was bright, and it was like, okay, I wanted to lower it down, so I look it up, like bam.
Yeah, bam. 5 seconds later, it's like, okay, my light is dimmer, and the amount that they let you dim it is fine, is perfect enough.
Light dimmer, long lasting. That's that.
Yeah, and I like the idea of it lighting up different colors. So like whenever I'm charging it versus when I'm playing a game, like I can see different colors and know what state it's in. Or for example, like let's say whenever you playing Grand Theft Auto and you're getting chased by the police, the back of the controller flashes blue and red. That's pretty cool for immersion, but I can see why some people are turned off to that. So on the PlayStation 5, what they did instead is they put the lights behind the trackpad bar and made it less obvious to be seen. So that is, I can understand why they did that.
A lot of people for epilepsy or something?
No, not for epilepsy, just for like to make it not as obvious. Like it's still there because they still want the feature there. Because like I said, for like design, from a design standpoint, there's nothing wrong with the light. But from a user standpoint, why is the light there? So they're trying to minimize the amount of the light that you see, so it's there for when you need it, but it's not obtrusive when you don't need it. And speaking on the controller, you know what I'm about to rant about?
Tell me.
The PlayStation 5 controller has a microphone inside the controller and no manual mute button on the controller. Do you know what this means?
Right, for what? Which
PS4? So like you know how with the PlayStation 4 controller, let's say, you have to plug in, well, I know you can't see it, but you know how you have to plug in a microphone like in order to talk, or have like a headset with a microphone on it, or plug one into your PlayStation in order to talk on a PlayStation?
Okay.
For the PlayStation 5 controller, the microphone is built into the controller. So you don't have to plug in a headset with a microphone to be able to talk. You just have to have the actual PlayStation 5 controller, which you're playing the game. You have to have it, kind of. So that is going to be disastrous, because you'll be surprised the amount of people that don't know how to just press two buttons and mute themselves. Especially I feel bad for anybody that plays 2K. Oh no. On top of the servers being bad, half the game, like you gonna hear this. Like imagine the whole time while you playing the game, you just gotta hear this in the background. Because somebody doesn't know how to press two buttons and mute their microphone. That's gonna be pretty toxic. And that sounds like really distracting. And then on top of that, like there'll be people who listen to music and play the game. So like they'll take the headset off, and like I said, two buttons to mute yourself. People don't know how to do it unless like the mute button is right there on the controller. So it's like I don't like the idea of that. I wonder what they're gonna. Also, another thing I wanted to ask is
maybe when the game released, maybe months or maybe a year, they're probably like, okay, we're gonna get the maybe market the new design for the remote control.
Yeah, without the microphone, I would love for that to happen. I wish the first wave of controllers had no microphone and the second wave did. Or like the secondary controllers that you brought, those were the ones with the microphone to minimize the amount of people that, like I said, don't know how to press two buttons. Or like hopefully every game with like a voice chat of some kind is automatically off. Like just something, because that's gonna be pretty annoying. And like they said that from what I heard from my special magical sources, that the PlayStation 5 controller has a background noise killer.
Where are these sources, man?
Don't worry about it. It's my mystical magical sources.
Where are these anonymous sources? What is these?
Don't worry about it. My sources are rooters. How about that one?
How legit are these sources, man? Tell me.
Don't worry about it. These sources give me all the drip ahead of time. It's just I only do the podcast once a month, so. But anyway, they said that the PlayStation 5 controller is supposed to have a background noise killer. So basically, like I said, how like the sound of you pressing buttons on the controller and stuff like that, like it should be muted. But my question is, how confident are they really of this background noise killer? Because like you can't see me, but like if this background noise killer works how they say it is, so that when you're pressing the buttons, they won't be able to hear you pressing the buttons. That means every time, because most people play the game like this, with their hands in their lap playing the game. That means every time I want to talk, I'm gonna have to do this. You can't see me, but I'm holding the controller up right now, looking like I'm talking into it. Imagine if you had to do this every time you wanted to talk in 2K or whatever game you nerds play. Every time you had to talk into the controller, you'd have to do this. I can't see. Half of my vision is blocked. And I know ain't nobody crazy enough to play the game like this. So like everything about the idea of the controller having a microphone in it is just, I can't wait till the second wave of PlayStation 5s come out with all the glitch fixes where the controllers don't have a microphone on it. Oh, I can't wait, because that's just such a terrible idea on multiple levels. I don't know who they beta tested this with and what technology they think they got, but on every level this technology does not make sense. I could be wrong. There's always that. I would love to be wrong. I would love to be wrong. Because listen, I'm not just hitting here to spout negativity just because I like it. Well, it is pretty fun, but I'm not just sitting here spouting just to spout. I'm saying I hope they get it together and take that microphone out the controller. That is, like, the PlayStation 5 ain't even come out and I already know my biggest pet peeve. That's pretty scary. Anyway, now, you have any final thoughts about PlayStation before we transition to the rivals and I ask you my questions, the number one Xbox fanboy?
I don't know. I'm going to keep up, man.
Okay, so no extra thoughts or nothing?
No.
All right. So I want to ask you this because I know what you're going to say and I know what I'm going to say, even though we didn't script this, but I just want to put the question out there. What do you have a real reason to buy the Xbox Series X or Xbox Series S?
Xbox Series X.
They're the same console, just one doesn't have a disc drive. Point is, they play the same games.
Tell me.
No, I'm asking you. From what you know, is there a real reason to buy either one?
No. Okay, buy it anyway. Okay, no. Not yet.
Not yet? I explain your reasoning. Because I thought you was going to say yes, but explain your reasoning.
I just told you no. So
no, I said explain.
Yeah, I'm a fanboy. I'll go like, oh yes, I will buy it. Ooh.
So explain your reasoning as to why you don't think it's worth buying.
Okay, the console you're trying to talk about in general? The console itself?
Yeah, just in general, the console, the controller, the games, in general, everything about the Xbox Series consoles. Why do you think there's no real reason to buy them?
Where there's no reason to buy them.
Yeah.
No reason. I don't know. There's no other reason not to buy them.
Alright, so I see you struggling with this part, so let me help you out. The reason why I believe there's no real reason to buy Xbox Series X/S is everything this console can do can be done elsewhere better. For example, you know how previously Xbox exclusives, you could only play them if you specifically bought an Xbox? All Xbox Series X, every single last one of them, not some games here, some games there, but all currently revealed games, to my knowledge, are playable on PC. So that tells me it's more profitable right now to build a PC than to buy the Xbox Series X, because all of their games are going to PC anyway, and then on top of that, I'll be able to play PC games. So like with the Xbox Series X, all I can do is play Xbox games or multi-platform games that I could also just buy on PC or PlayStation. So like I don't see that's my main reason as to why. Besides my disliking of Xbox, like if I take the bias aside, they don't like all of the games that they do have on there. Let's say there were games on the Xbox that I did like. Why buy them on the Xbox when I can get them for elsewhere? When I can get them elsewhere for cheaper, and I can get them in places where it runs better and there's more support and better support for the game, for like if it crashes or something like that. And like, there's just no real reason to buy an Xbox Series X, because Xbox Game Pass also works on PC. The controller is the same thing from the last console, so it's only okay. They don't have any. The only outstanding feature they have is a lower price. That's it. They cost less than the PS5. That's their only selling point. And to be real with you, that's a very good selling point on its own. But when you sit down and be a smart consumer and realize, oh, and also, let me remind you, it costs $200 plus without tax, $200 plus to buy 1 terabyte of storage. $200 plus, because natively there's only 500 gigabytes or around 500 gigabytes of storage. Think about that, Caesar. Think about that.
Well, which one are you talking? Which one are you trying?
The Xbox Series X. The Xbox Series X only has about 500 gigabytes of not RAM, of storage. So you can only have 500. And by the way, the standard size for a game right now is about 50 to 100 megabytes, and that's right now. Imagine 2 years into the PlayStation 5 life cycle, where the average size of a game is going to be about 100 to like 200 gigabytes on average. You'll maybe get a 50 gigabyte light game, unless you're messing with a real indie game and it's like 2 gigabytes. But AAA games, 100 to 200 gigabytes minimum. So
for AAA games,
that 500 gigabytes is gonna run out real fast. That's 2 to 3 games. That's 2 to 3 games. Cause like you may hear 500 gigabytes and think, oh, 1 to 200 gigabytes. That's like 5 games, 100 gigabytes per games. No, you still have, and this is like counting the OS and stuff like that. But 500 gigabytes, you still gotta have the save files. What if you download DLC? What about when you gotta download updates? There's a certain amount of inaccessible storage that they save for if you gotta update a game. So what about updates? And what if the update makes the game bigger? You gotta leave space for that.
Is there backwards compatible? Can you download
the Xbox Series X? Yeah, that's that's the other selling point it has that I forgot. Thank you. It's backwards compatible with Xbox original games, but it depends on whether they support it or not. So like presumably there's gonna be a list of games where it's either, hey, we support this, or hey, we don't support this. Supposedly it's supposed to be, if you have the CD drive, you just slip the CD in and it's a toss up as to whether it works or not. Supposedly that's how it's supposed to be, but I could be wrong.
I don't know. I'm very skeptical on that. If you have the original Xbox with you and it's all perfectly clean, you haven't like effed up with it. So, it should
work very well. My thing about that is, when PlayStation did that, how well did that happen? But that was more than 10 years ago. So I can give them a pass. But I can't give Microsoft a pass because it's way later. But at the same time, here's the negation to that. The thing that negates that in my mind is that the Xbox architecture is the absolute, like PlayStation 2. I mean, not PlayStation 2. Xbox 360 games are very difficult to emulate. Xbox One games can run on PC, so they're probably not difficult to emulate. Xbox original games are the hardest console to emulate out of every console. Like SNES, Atari, Nintendo Switch, out of every console, the original Xbox is astronomically the hardest to emulate. So I wonder, like, what is gonna be their workaround for that?
It's like this ancient technology, man. You can't.
Not even the ancient technology. Like the architecture in the original Xbox, they designed most of those pieces specifically for the Xbox. So like a lot of those like RAM compatibilities and stuff are super specific for that console. So it's not like stuff where it's just like 100 gigabytes of RAM. No, it'd be like, for example, let's say the standard was 8, they'd have like 8.6385 gigs of RAM, and if it doesn't use that exact amount, it doesn't work. Like the original Xbox is that finicky. But I see you got something to say, so I'm gonna let you talk for a bit.
It's like this ancient technology, man. It's like quantum physics. Like you can't like emulate it. That's why that's what they had
No,
you
like you said, it's ancient technology, but it's unique architecture, bro. No, like with any other like the Nintendo Switch came out 2 months late, like less than 2 months later, there was a publicly released emulator.
Mm-hmm.
There's a PlayStation 3 emulator. There's PlayStation 4 emulators. There's emulators for every console but the original Xbox. And the one for the original Xbox, it works with like 3 games perfectly fine. And even then, with those games, it's still hiccups and frame drops and stuff like that. With every other game, it just it'll crash, it'll stop. It like the original Xbox emulators are just notoriously hard to emulate. Is notoriously.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you should think. Well, when was it? The original Xbox, 2001, actually. Was it?
I think 2001.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, the people that build it. Hey, you should think about maybe one day in the future when people are going to have the game, consistently.
That's another thing. They anti-piracy tactics.
Yeah,
the original Xbox has the best anti-piracy software like I've seen. Like it's better than a lot of anti-piracy softwares nowadays because, like I said, PlayStation 3 games you can emulate those. Original Xbox, they still ain't figure out how to emulate the major games like Halo and stuff like that. Let alone the dark part of the library, the parts of the library that's filled with multiplats and shovelware, trash, and indie games. We didn't even get to that. We just talking about the majors like Halo Combat Evolved. Like they can't emulate that. And that's the first game you try to emulate. That's the number 1 first party game for that console. So if they can't emulate that, But like I want to see like how they deal with original Xbox games. It's like 360 games they showed they're capable. Like I said, Xbox One is on PC, so they're not gonna have too much trouble. I just want to see how that works out. But like besides the original Xbox games, like I said, you can emulate all that stuff in other places. But let's say you wanted to do it legally, it's kind of hard to buy an original Xbox 360 because of the red ring of death and worries about that and things of that nature. But also like besides the fact that that it's more of the same, besides the fact that a lot of these ideas are questionable, their only 2 selling points are the price and the backwards compatibility, which I'm telling you right now, the way they're marketing it, they're doing it the same way they did with Xbox One's Xbox 360 compatibility, and that didn't go well. And knowing Microsoft, this ain't either, because I would love to see Microsoft tighten up and make a comeback, but they already showing signs of failure. Hopefully they just harden the good stuff until the console comes out, but it don't look like that. PlayStation, the day 1 sales are probably going to be in Xbox's favor because of the price and the price only. A lot of people are probably going to buy Xboxes and return it back like, yo, can't do nothing with this, take it back. But yeah. So for the last 2 topics, we're just gonna do some light topics before we exit out. Oh, Caesar, you have any final thoughts about whether somebody has a real reason to buy the Xbox Series X/Series S? You're muted.
I don't know, and I haven't been really kept up, even like
No, what nothing to keep up with.
Whatever. Screw you.
No, I'm being for real. They didn't announce that much. They've been like so secretive with this console. That's why I said they haven't showed nothing. They haven't showed anything but games that are gonna be on other platforms.
Maybe that's their strategy, like that. I don't know why they would do that, but I don't know. That's
Caesar. So you're telling me their strategy is go by the competition.
Wait, what? Go what?
I said, so you're saying their strategy is, hey, go to the competition.
No, I'm just saying maybe they don't want to.
Reveal too much?
Yeah, reveal too much and put any trailers or like I don't
That's
know.
true, but why would I buy it if I don't know what I'm buying? If I don't have a reason, most people like a $200 to $300 purchase. That's not something that everybody just stumbles down the street and say, yeah, whatever. I'm gonna just spend $200 to $300 today and then spend another $200 to $300 tomorrow. Like that's not a thing that people just do. Like two to $300 to $500. That's not something people just do. Because then on top of that, you still gotta buy games and controllers and stuff like that. So, like, that's just not something you can just throw money at. And if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. That's something where you gotta consciously sit down and go, yes, I want this. And there's no reason to do that because there's nothing to do on there but look at the home screen in 4K. Spotify 4K, people. Anybody want to watch Spotify in 8K?
Nope. Okay.
Anyway, like I said, on to the next two light topics. So I haven't seen any trailers or anything. Let me look up and see if it. But apparently, there's been an announcement for like a Monster Hunter movie.
I think I know you're talking about. Like on Netflix.
I didn't look up. I don't remember where they said it was gonna be, but I remember they said that it's supposed to come out next year.
Monster Hunter. Let me see this.
Oh, you looking up the trailer now too?
I didn't know.
Oh no, it's supposed to come out in 2020. Oh, I think it came out already.
No. Wait,
oh yeah, it has T.I. in it. Okay, I know what kind of movie that is. It's gonna be pretty bad. Let me watch the trailer real quick. I just watched the trailer and I'm not gonna lie, it just looks like another one of those movies where, like, you know how people stereotype Michael Bay movies and just say like, the movie starts, explosion, 10 minutes into the movie, explosion, 20 minutes into the movie, explosion, 21 minutes into the movie, another explosion, 21 minutes and 30 seconds into the movie, another explosion, 21 minutes and 31 seconds, another explosion, 21 minutes.
Yeah,
like it looks like one of those movies. I'm
not
gonna lie to you.
Seriously, it's gonna be one of those movies. Bam, boom, boom, boom. Hot girls. Bam, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, it's like, hey, look, hot girls on the screen, explosion. Yeah, Omega Gamer. It's like
promotion.
We've seen that how many times? Like, this is my problem with video game movies. They just assume that a lot of these video game movies run like they assume that whoever's watching the movie has seen nothing of the game. Like, they've never seen the game a day in their life, and they're acting like people are not. Like, with Marvel, for example. Some people's gripe with Marvel films, like me, is that they don't follow the comics at all. But the Marvel, even though, like, the same thing, I argue they have explosions, and most of the movies is just reasons as to why the explosions are happening. At least they have a story there that keep people interested and make somebody want to watch through the end. Even though it's inaccurate, they keep the recognizable themes and parts of the characters enough to where somebody who's familiar with it watches it and they have an understanding of it. Damn, we're going on over 2 hours, and they have an understanding of it and things like that. With video game movies, a lot of them assume that you don't know anything about the game. You've never played the game a day in your life, and all the people that are in the theater just want to see explosions. It's like, no. Don't be afraid to show some character development. Don't be afraid to make don't be afraid to make a movie. Don't just make a video game movie. Make a movie. Oh yeah, this movie has something to do with a video game. That's how it should be. It shouldn't be video game movie. Because video game movie has a very negative connotation above it because
well, I know, because you make fun of it.
No, not even that. In the history of all video games, every single last one of them flopped. The only decent video game movie I've seen is World of Warcraft. And I've never played World of Warcraft because everybody who does play it tells me, bro, this movie is garbanzo. None of the characters act like what they really are. And I'm like, well, okay. It looks
Well, I
at
don't
least
know,
halfway
it's like only
decent,
live
but
wait, before, is it like only live action or like
oh no,
everything?
it's
Like,
live action. No, just live action. Cause like
yeah.
animated video game movies, that's something different. Live action, I mean live action video game movies in the history of whenever the first one was to this, have never, ever, ever not flopped. And the ones I've seen have all been bad.
Every live action video game movie.
That I've ever seen has been bad. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Like cartoon or like
No,
animated.
live action.
Okay. I was gonna say, what are you saying, man? I was like, okay, I can agree with that. Live action, like video game movies, like absolutely suck. I don't know why. It's just a weird phenomenon. It is.
Yeah, it's like I don't know how so many people can do the same thing in so many different ways from so many different approaches, and every last single time that shit fails. Like it's like if 100 people shoot themselves in the face and expect for the bullet to bounce off. It's like the other 99 niggas did it and it didn't work. What makes you different? Do you have a metal plate in your forehead or something? Like, I don't know. Now,
like looks back and like, okay, all you can see all these movies that are live action, like based on video games.
yeah, like it always fails. It's like, bro, just
like,
animate
like,
it. Yeah, it's like, bro, just animate it. You'll get a more positive reception. And how about they have people who play the game do it? Oh, and also, even though this technically isn't a video game movie, Ready Player One was garbage. I will live and die by that. All I had to watch was the trailer and the first 5 minutes of the movie, and I knew that shit was trash. Anyway.
Wait, but I don't know. I feel like just one day, maybe one or maybe two video game movies.
I hope so too. But until that day comes, all of them are trash. I don't want it to be like that, but facts are facts. Just because you don't like 1 + 1 = 2, that don't mean that now I can wish 1 + 1 = 3 into existence. That's not how it works. I want it to be 1 + 1 = 3, meaning video game movies are good. But that's not how it happened. I don't like this reality, but it is what it is. But on to the next topic. The Quibi shutdown. So Quibi started less than 6 months ago and it already shut down. Are you familiar with what Quibi is? Probably not.
I look it up. No, dead to me.
Exactly my point. So like,
financially dead and dead to me consciously. So like, it doesn't matter.
Like alright. Let me tell you my gripes with the idea of Quibi.
Mm-hmm.
Who is this meant for? Who is this supposed to be used by? Who is this designed to appeal to? Now I know those questions sound very similar, but they're very different questions that are necessary in marketing. Who is this meant for? Who do you want to watch this? Who? Like, why does this exist? Why would I want to use it? Who, what, when, where, why? The 5 W's of Quibi just don't make sense and they aren't coordinated. But before I go further into how I feel about Quibi, let me read you an excerpt from the Wall Street Journal as to why Quibi shut down. In Wednesday's letter, Mr. Kazlar and Mrs. Whitman said there were 1 or 2 reasons for Quibi's failure. The idea behind Quibi either wasn't strong enough to justify a standalone streaming service, which is what I said. Who is this meant for and who the fuck is going to use this? The service's launch in the middle of a pandemic was particularly ill-timed. Now that part, I can understand, but only to a certain degree. Like, because the idea of Quibi is supposed to be Netflix, but meant for if you have a busy schedule. Let's say, for example, you're riding on the trains, you're in the car, and you want to watch something on the way to work. That's the idea of Quibi. But theoretically speaking, on-the-go ideas could work if you're just walking around from room to room in the house. Of course, you're going to get bored, but that's with any topic, period, anything, period. That's not a Quibi-specific thing. Like, if you're walking around room to room doing the same thing just in a different room, there's a good chance you're going to get bored at some point. But Quibi's main problem was, who is it designed for? So, the idea of Quibi was that they have shows that are about 10 minutes long. All of the shows are 10 minutes or less, right? And the idea is that the shows, every show, because I feel like this idea is gonna like happen like the Xbox Connect, which I'm gonna get to that in a second. So when you hold your phone vertically, it's a different view of the episode than when you hold it horizontally.
Okay.
Exactly. See how all he said was okay, like not a okay, that's cool, none of that. Like when you take a second to think of the idea, like when you see it in action, it looks cool, but it's not one of those things that it looks cool and you could come up with reasons as to why it looks cool. It
Like,
just
basically
looks cool.
They didn't really have a clear mission statement, what the purpose of their company was, and what demographic they were trying to target to. Like,
well, in terms of what demographic they were trying to target to, that was unclear. But their mission statement was clear. It was just dumb. Like it wasn't a mission statement that was hard to understand. It's just that once you understand it, you just go, but why? Like, from what I know about marketing, the little eensy weensy bit I know about marketing, the worst thing you want somebody to do with your product is ask why. And for whoever is using the product to be, and this is assuming that they're an informed consumer. You don't want somebody to ask why, and an informed consumer is going, see, if you carry the one, the way my bank account works is that I put my foot on the moon and I went to Saturn for a trip to Mars. No, they should be able to explain why they use this platform. For example, TikTok. Everybody loves music. On TikTok, you can make music and funny videos. Even though TikTok is really iFunny Part 3. You're just saying because Musically was first. And then actually Part 4 because Triller. But Triller is a different company. But still, like, you mentioned TikTok. Somebody who's informed knows what you're talking about. You mentioned Instagram. Somebody who's informed knows what you're talking about. You mentioned YouTube. Somebody who's informed knows what you're talking about. Twitch. Like, for example, Caesar, what's the purpose of Twitch?
The stream.
To stream what?
Games. I don't know, shows.
Yeah, I mean, it's like people do stream other stuff. Like, it's a live streaming service. There's eventually going to be somebody who... Huh?
Games first, I think. First for streaming games.
Yeah, it's primarily for streaming games. Like, with live streaming services, eventually there's going to be somebody who streams not what it's meant for. Like, within the rules because competition, but still. It's primarily meant for streaming games. What's Instagram meant for? Pictures. What's Twitter meant for? Words. Like, they have, like, all of those other platforms, you can summarize what the platform is about in a sentence, in a like 10-word long sentence. With Quibi, it's a very confusing idea where you hear the idea, you see the idea, you go, this is cool, but who asked for this? And not saying that you have to ask for something in order for it to be useful. Not what I'm saying at all, because there are a lot of inventions that where it's like, nobody asked for this, but I'm glad I have this. Quibi isn't that. Quibi is just, what? And then like their marketing, I feel like they're
unclear at the beginning of what they're trying to do. Like, it was just unclear. Like what was the purpose of the
platform?
Yeah, so the platform. It was like, okay, what is it for again? Okay.
Yeah, basically. And my thing about Quibi is like, the marketing wasn't that bad for what it is. I feel like the marketing team did a phenomenal job, but they did a phenomenal job marketing something terrible, if that makes sense. Because they marketed it properly. It's just that the thing that they were marketing wasn't worth it. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, from a marketing standpoint, I know exactly what Quibi is. But from a standpoint of, do I want to download Quibi? The answer is no. From everybody. Unanimously. Because nobody cares. Nobody asks. And nobody wants this. Huh?
Sorry.
Yeah, I know it's already dead. And I'm not trying to kick it while it's in the ground. but I'm just mentioning these mistakes and putting it out there so maybe somebody could see this and learn from somebody else's mistakes, because Quibi is down there. Quibi is right above the Ouya in terms of terrible ideas. Like, the Ouya was an awful idea. Now, could it have been better? Could it have? Well, the Ouya failed in execution, not in marketing or usefulness. It failed in execution. But still, Quibi's execution of what they said they were going to do was great. But who wants to use this? Who? That's the main thing I'm trying to present. Who is the target audience?
The demographic. I don't know. You mentioned you already answered it. It's like, who's the demographic for? What type of group or people?
And like, for example, now that you mentioned that, for example, like with, let's say, TikTok, for example, right? The main audience, the core audience that TikTok is designed to appeal to is little 7 and 8 year old white girls. Now, you may think that's a stereotype, but that's who it's marketed to appeal to. It's gonna appeal to other people because if it exists, it appeals to somebody. But that's who it's designed to appeal to. Little white kids in Quizzington, Quasi-Qua in a mansion who want to dance to the songs that the big black rappers make. That's what TikTok is designed for. Now, has it been used for other purposes? Now, have people twisted it in different ways? Sure, but that's the core audience. The core audience of Instagram may not be so concrete as to we want 14 and 15 year olds, but the idea of Instagram is we want people who want to post just pictures, give people a snippet of their life through pictures and extremely short videos, which is the reason why IGTV is trash and it doesn't work, but we're not going to talk about that. Point is, if you want a platform that's just based around posting pictures, whether they be memes, big booty strippers, fight compilations, short videos, and pictures, Twitter, if you want to hear thoughts from your favorite content creators and favorite famous people and things like that, and put your thoughts out there into the world and into the universe, that's what it's meant for. Like, they have a clear demographic. Ooh, is Quibi meant for old people? Is Quibi meant for rich people? Is Quibi meant for poor people? Quibi's meant for people. Okay. Ooh. And that's like the main thing. Like, I'm gonna like segment this off and make it a video of its own. But like, the most important thing from what I've seen in marketing is knowing who your audience is. Like, for example, you wouldn't want to market, let's say, you wouldn't want to market cigarettes to adults by having a commercial of a 5-year-old smoking a cigarette. That doesn't make sense. If you make a cigarette commercial where you're marketing cigarettes to an adult, have somebody who looks cool smoking a cigarette, then that's going to make them go, oh, that guy looks cool. I want to be cool too. Let me go smoke some cigarettes so I look cool like that guy. Not saying that cigarettes are cool, because they're not on any level at all. But I'm just saying, in terms of marketing, that's their job, to make it look like whoever's part of this audience, they want to buy it. Quibi doesn't do that. Main important point of this video is be aware of who you're marketing. But any final thoughts on Quibi and just the app in general, whether it be its marketing or whatever?
I don't know. I don't know what. Well, then again, it's gone right now. I hope like the CEOs, like the people, to do like another platform, build another platform,
build another platform, but make it so that they have a clear audience that they're aiming at.
Yeah, that's what they should do. Clear audience, because what's the point, like who you're targeting to? Because if you're targeting a lot of people, that's quite varied. It's like you're just throwing rock randomly.
Yeah, basically. That's like the no, keep going.
It's like you're just throwing rocks randomly at water. That's like Yeah,
it's like all right, I want to hit this thing in the water. Well, what is it in the water you're trying to hit? I want to hit this thing, and you just keep throwing rocks, and it's like, okay, if you aim at whatever you're trying to throw the rock at, nah, I just want to throw the rock in the water and hit this thing. Okay, I mean, have fun. You don't accomplish nothing, but have fun. It's like, well, you're just sitting there wasting your time and resources when you could be doing something better with it. It was a good try, and it was an original idea, but just because an idea is original or different, that doesn't mean it's good. Not to put anybody down, but I'm just saying. Anyway, oh snap, a whole block came off. Anyway, any final closing topics?
Repeat that?
I said any final closing topics?
No, man. That's all.
No?
That's all.
Neither do I have any final closing topics. With that being said, it's funny because this is now usually the time where I would start streaming. Peace out, peeps and peepettes. I'm doing the wrong outro. Caesar, cue up the outro.
R.I.P. everyone.
Hey.